What is up, y'all? Holy crap. Good morning. Good morning. We are live now. Practice is starting for the 8 a.m. squad, A squad of final qualifying. So, not the squad you want to be on. These guys didn't quite make it enough. This is your bottom 14 bowlers, or bottom 14 teams from yesterday's qualifying. Now, caveat to that, as I alluded to in our Facebook post last night, is, there's 12 points, I said. I think 12 points separates 5th from 22nd. That's not a lot. That's a game and a half. So 2 sweeps and 2 getting swept. You're right there. So you just got to have a really good day today. I'm predicting low 50s. My prediction is 53 with a couple ties. Makes the step ladder, and it's going to come down to total points. So I think that's where we're going to be this morning. So any of these teams are going to have to do a lot of work to get to that 53 number, especially some of the teams down near the bottom. So we're going to take a look at the action once practice is over. So I'll shoot you on over there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Morning, Scott. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Your boy is currently munching his breakfast real quick so I can be prepared for this squad. We're about a quarter of the way through, so should be back better the halfway part or the last quarter of this game, game 1 of 4. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If you haven't shared, go ahead and do that, and head on over to YouTube, type in Championship Bowling, subscribe to us, and watch there. Helps us out. Thanks. Okay. The boys back. Here we are. Game 1 of 4. Game 1 of 4. This is the bottom 14 teams. Bottom 14 teams. So currently your top 3 are all tied at 27-27. That's Big Stack Flapjacks, Team 13 Bagger. Big Check Hunting 2 points behind them. As number 3 Combo No Pickle Bowlers Anonymous. Those are 25 and 29, 24 and 30. Select City Outlaws 23 and 31. Guacamole 22 and 32. It's probably fine. So with my prediction at this point, with there being the low 50s, 30 burger isn't impossible right now. A 30 burger, I can easily see a 30 burger happening today. So, and a lot of these teams are going to need it. I think the last team with potentially a chance, probably fine with a very outside chance. They're going to have to bowl phenomenally, and they just didn't yesterday. They didn't actually bowl well at all. So they're going to have to bowl phenomenal, like I said, if they're wanting to get 30 out of this squad. Chad McLean mixes one up. So they got to figure out something on the fresh. They were not good on the fresh, and then got something together a little bit going, and then kind of fell apart after that. And the Colzacks as well. Two teams that I thought would do a little bit better struggled yesterday. Now this team, that's Guacamole. There's 7. These are the 7-8 seeds. So your 7-8 seed games are on 7 and 8. Jimmy Rasmussen, Jordan Nolan, Matt Pobago. They are on the end 15-16 with Team 13 baggers. We don't have those on stream. So, but we will have the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games on stream. And those are going to be probably the most important going on. Craig Kolzak picks the 3-6-9, 3-6-10, and Chris Walker nudge and 10-pin off the deck. So looking like a slow start again. Well, it doesn't look. I think it looks like Chris Walker's got a 30-pin lead. Jacob Okamura and Cheyenne Myers going at it. Hard for me to tell from back here exactly what where we're at with that score. And then Casey Kolzak. Is it Casey and Chad or Craig and Chad? I'm not 100% sure. That's a real good ball from Jacob there. Yeah, this was going to be a tough team. It's a modified house. It's a little bit flatter. I don't know if the length changed at all. But yeah, I don't. The outside doesn't hook as much, so maybe that's kind of where that length deception is going, because it's. I think it's roughly the same length, just a lot flatter as Cheyenne Myers crosses over, gets the strike. That game's actually really close. Just Jacob is on a double, so it's about 20 pins there. This is Casey. Casey's on a 3-bagger. That ball looks pretty good. Yep, slaps the 10 out. He's on a 4-bagger now. So Casey reeling. And Chad struggling early. Chad's going to need to put together a string of strikes to put any kind of pressure on Casey at this point. Again, this is your 7-8 game, your 5-6 games to the right of them. And that is, what is it? Salt Lake City Outlaws Bowlers Anonymous. And that's through the face from Chad. Really struggled to get in the ball, the hook in the right part of the lane. It's either early or not enough for him. Talked to him a little bit yesterday about it. And he felt that he just wasn't getting out of the ball clean enough. Not enough axis rotation to get it back from the gutter. Up the back of it, then wants to hook too early when he's got to play the middle part of the lane. So Walker, good looking ball. Mixer, nope, flat 10. Just can't get it up the hill. They're going to have to start out hot, and I don't see, they may split, if anything. As Chad completely whiffs the 3-6. You got to get after a hot start. You got to go with 7-2. Pretty much 7-2 out. And if you 7-2'd out, when that 7 times 4, you only get 28. So you need to do 7-2 and a sweep. Sometimes 321-9, yeah, that would get you 30, and that would be good enough for, I think, Guacamole. Probably finds going to need a sweep twice, and then have to manage to get 7-2 here somehow, and then 7-2, 7-2, and then sweep, and they will potentially have a chance. So that's realistic. Some of the other teams, they can 7-2 out. The top 5 teams could probably top 5 or 6 teams could 7-2 for 4 games. and probably have a decent shot at contending for a top 5 spot. I mean, they won't have any say in that. It'll all be dependent on how the pins fall in B squad this afternoon. So a little bit of it, it could easily at this point, I think, with how stacked up the field is here from 5th to 22nd, it's 12 points. Anybody can make it in. I think the top 6 teams, again, if they have a good day, have a serious shot at a run to the top 5 step ladder, because, I mean, you're bowling against the bottom 4 teams. They're bottom 14 teams. So if you just had an off day yesterday, easily. I think Team 13 Baggers, the one that shouts at me, again, another team that I had thought would do a little bit better. I think they shout at me that they didn't have a good day yesterday. If they come in today, have a good day, they can kind of beat up on this bottom 14 teams, have a shot, getting enough points. Chad Mixer, no. 2 falls in front of the 8. Ball reaction just doesn't look good. Ball reaction looking like booty cheeks. A little early morning booty cheeks for y'all. He's his spare, and he will miss. So, how the turntables there, they've turned a little bit. This one's still in favor. Oh, not really. And that match is real close, heading into the 8th frame. Let's see where we're at specifically. Chris Walker up on Craig Kolsak right now. Craig with 6 count there. Yeah, 3, 6, 9, 10. And now Chris with an 8. But that's a 32-pin lead going into the 8th frame. And it's probably going to stay consistent as long as they both pick their spares. Not a gimme here for Craig Kolsak. That's a big spare, though. He needs it. It's good. Yeah, he got it. Very clutch spare. And he absolutely needed it to stay within somewhat of a striking distance. He's going to need help from Chris. But Chris is a fairly good spare shooter. Cheyenne Myers down a lot in her match. Jacob on a 3-bagger. Cheyenne working off an open with 60-pin deficit at that point. And Casey Kolsak, Chad McLean. Chad now has a 23-pin lead with that spare after Casey opens. That ball looks pretty good from Jacob. Yeah, and it buries it. Jacob looks like he's throwing a Zen with some polish on it, and that looked pretty good. I think dull balls can. Cheyenne's thrown a very dull ball, and there's your result. I think this pattern early it's just tough, I think. You get some of these balls, it's an older lane surface, ball wants to hook pretty early. You can kind of get caught if you throw a ball like that. If you have a game like Jacobs does, and there's a lot of people that do, that ball actually looks decent because it's not so early. You have a little more speed, like Craig Harrington and Clay Rees and Steve Klemkin. These guys, they were throwing a little straighter with phase 2s and such, and I even saw urethane early. So that's how tight, I guess, definitely, because the ball wants to hook so early and just hang to the right. So you want to get off the gutter because there's a little hang. But a solid ball that's too sanded hooks a little too early if you're left of the gutter. There's an example right there. Not a bad ball from Chad. Maybe a little left. It's right through the face. The ball had no chance at all. So easy to get caught in throwing a shiny ball, especially when you see Jacob now on a 4-bagger with a shiny ball. Until some friction develops and you can get right. As Chris Walker just misses the head pin. He has not much to worry about. Chad must pick this. He will. So Chad's got a little bit of a lead, and he's going to maintain it after Casey. Did Casey strike in the ninth? He's up now. Casey's up. Casey did strike in the eighth. So, yeah, you could have 135 there. And Chad could have 145. So that game's down to 10 pins. Chris Walker's up. Cheyenne, they need a 7-2. So they need a lot of pins, I guess, is the issue because Cheyenne's really struggling. She needs to fill. Ooh, that could help a lot with a team point as Craig Kolzak, 2-8-10. So a lot of pressure relieved off of Chris Walker. And this could be huge for the team point. Where does the team point currently sit? That's that. The question we are at. Pins. Team point's real tight. This is a big shot. Needs it. Oh, Messenger. Stone's a 9. Ouch. So, and the team point's real close, and that's going to be the difference. They could get 5 and forward. Don't want that to happen. 7-2 is where they need to be. They need 2 7-2s. Craig almost makes a 2-8-10. You need 2 7-2s, 2 sweeps for, in my opinion, to have a shot. So this is going to be huge. She needs to make that, and she misses it. Cheyenne spare shooting has not been good this early in the morning. Frustration sitting in with that. They need the team point. Team point's massive. I don't think Cheyenne doesn't really have any chance of beating Jacob, but she needs the pins at this point to keep the team point competitive. So Jacob on a 4-bagger. It's to quit. Oh, wow. The 4-10 stood there for a second. 10 gets blown off the deck, though, late. And Chad needs something here. Mixer got it. All right, so Chad with a strike going into the 10th frame. Walker with an open, or a spare, and Cheyenne with an open going into the 10th. So it's going to be tight. That'd be a miss. It is a whiff. So now Guacamole has 2 opens going into the 10th frame, and that busts the door wide open for the team point. Casey, currently the total is 436 to 440. It's a 4-pin split. Casey really needs a strike here. If he could double going into the 10th, he has a real shot at helping his team here. Must have a strike. Ball looks pretty good. Well, hooks early. Wow, what a break. That ball didn't look that bad. Didn't look too far left. It just snaps early on him. And, I mean, just an absurd break. And now it is a 10-pin, or about a 14-pin swing because now Guacamole leads by 10. Craig needs a good shot here. That ball's way right. So there's your hanging. He gets 2. Craig Kolzak gets 2 on stream in a tight match. Fortunately for him on that shot, he is working off an open, and that will not affect his count. But he must spare it. He has to spare it. You can't have, like a 6 count. You have a 6 out and 10. It's got to spare it. Big shot for Chris Walker. Put some pressure on him. Ball looks pretty good. Got it. All right, so probably Fine is going to take a little bit of a lead here. Let's see the pair next to us, the 5-6 game. That was a 7-pin split. With underdogs, excuse me, that's the 9-10 game. Underdogs. Oh, he doesn't spare a 4 pins. So 9 out. Craig Kolzak goes open to end the game. And now things are very interesting. 465 to 464. Chris Walker has 2 frames to go. Needs that to hook a lot. It's not gonna. Man, they could have really put the pressure down if they struck there. Now the lead is only going to be about 10. 465, 472, 472. Jacob now needs to fill the 10th. That's a good ball. Slaps the 10 out. All right, Scott. I haven't seen a 2 out yet on stream, so top the moaning to Craig for doing that on camera. I appreciate him. Well, he'll get 9, so 19 with the spare 29 pins for Chris Walker. It's 475 to 475. This is a big frame for Cheyenne. She really needs to focus up here. Jacob, ball looks a little further right. Yeah. Jacob's got a little bit of room with that ball. He looks real good with that ball. Ball reaction looks great. It's going through the pins really well. He's got something going. This is huge for Cheyenne. It's 485, 475 because they were working off opens. Cheyenne must have this. She's got to have a good 10 frame. That ball looks pretty good. Bang! When she absolutely needed it. Packs 10. And now they take another 10-pin lead. Or excuse me, they're even now. And Jacob does exactly what he needed to do and fills the 10th. 495-45. Cheyenne also needs to fill the 10th. And then it'll be even because it's only a 10-pin lead. If Cheyenne doubles here, they're down 10 right now. So if she strikes here, they're even. She strikes again, they're plus 10. But Casey working off a double, Chad only working off 1 strike. That is the 10 pins. They will be even. Needs it. Needs it. Got it. Huge strike. Huge strike. All right, Casey needs this one. He's going to put a lot of pressure on Chad. That ball looks pretty good. Mixer got it. So Casey late with a little surge could swing this around. Chad is going to need to show up in the 10th frame to not only get the team point, but to get his own point. And there could be a possible splitting of the team point if Casey punches. Cheyenne must have it. Must have it. Got it. Wow, so some clutch bowling late here. Cheyenne having a rough game, fills the 10th with 30 and shoots 156. And that, you'll be looking at that. 156, not a great game, but it was huge. Messenger got it. Oh, wow. What a clutch Messenger. I think that might have locked up the team point. At 545. Yeah, I don't know if they can get it now. That ball's not good. Yep. So they will not get the team point. The best that probably Fine can do is 4. And I think that Messenger right there locked the team point up either way from Casey. And 10 back there slaps a 10 out. So very clutch bowling from both teams. Came down to the wire. Chad's struggling. They're going to get 2. They're going to get 7-2'd, I think. Yep, 195 to 170. I think Chad needed a strike there in the first frame to have a shot at winning that point. He doesn't. They lose by 32. He loses by 20, and the only person to get their point is Chris Walker. They get 7-2'd early. That is not going to help. All right. It's the end of game 1 of 4. The Swiss style. It's a position around every game, so we got to get all the scores in, tally them up, and then reshuffle everybody so that 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, and so on. So I'm going to take a quick break. That's an exciting end of that match. I'll leave you here on 13-14 for this game, and I'll be right back. Thanks for watching, guys. What's up, Mike? Morning. Good morning. I think we're having another issue here with the computer system not working, so we're having to do everything by hand, I think, because it's taken a minute to get everybody switched up. So kind of sucks this early in the morning, having a huge break, having to get toyed again. But we're working through it. All right. Looks like we should be underway here momentarily as we've got scores redone. Bowlers are going to bolt. So hopefully I'll get a score sheet here in a minute. We can kind of go over where we're at and see who's leading. Who's going to have the opportunity to get enough points to try to get themselves into the top 5. Yeah, well, over here in the high end, this is not a good spot to be right now. I think these are lower end teams. I think, and that means 13 bagger. Well, I don't know if that's 13 bagger. No. Where's over here? I'm going to try to get scores because I don't know exactly where everybody's at. So once they are made available to me, I'll let you guys know exactly where we're at. I don't know where the 1 and 2 seeds are. Yep, waiting on those. Well, we know Colzax. Guacabole got 7. And that could have put them, so they... Where are they at? Yeah, they're right here. On 3, 4, 5. They're on 5 and 6. Willis Solis. Who's that? Willis. Bowlers Anonymous. They're the 5 seed. So this could potentially be the 1, 2 seeds, or it could be on 7 and 8. 7 and 8. 7 and 8 is Ron Draper's team. That was Big Check Hunting. Here 3. Well, then that means the 1, 2 seed. Then okay. So, the front. Big stack of flaps. Okay, so it looks like the 1, 2 seed is on 7, 8. Yeah, so it looks like the 1, 2 seed's on 7, 8. So we have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matches right here. These are your 3, 4, 5, 6 matches in front of us. 1, 2's on 7 and 8. 9 and 10 is your bottom 13, 14 match. 13, 14. 11 and 12 is 13, 14. This is your 11 and 12 match, 9, 10 match, 7, 8 match, 15, 16. You go back here, 5, 6, 3, 4, 1, 2 on 7, 8. So that's where we're at. Guacabole having a good match. He got 7 and 2. Chamically not striking. Again, that's twice now that he has not struck in the first frame of the 10th to go from getting to 7 and 2. Oh, I need a messenger to get that 7-10 out. Fortunate there. Done that a few times at this center. But yeah, they getting 7 points to only getting 2 from just a few shots in the 10th. So that's the way she goes in these kind of tournaments. Peter Lee's team, 13 bagger. So I've got 13 bagger and Guacabole were both teams that I had said would do well. The other team in this squad was the team, obviously probably fine. I think that was it. I believe 13 bagger, probably fine, I said. And the guacamole. So guacamole and 13 bagger get near the top here. They could go on a run and really make a case to get it themselves in. Brandon Smith there swishes one out on lane 3. No 10 pin there in lane 4. Won't fall. Let's see. Appreciate everybody that shared the video. We always appreciate shares. Let everybody know what we're doing around here. If you haven't already, oh, that popped out together. If you haven't already, go on the YouTube channel, subscribe there. We also have linked in all the descriptions links to our various social media pages, as well as our Patreon page and our merch site. All of that places. So if you want to help us out, that's the best way to do it. Also, if you're over on YouTube land, you can donate as well. You can make donations there. I'm not sure if a lot of people aren't aware of that. So definitely helps us out when you do that. All right, guys, we're starting game 2. Oh, man, I haven't even... Gosh darn it. What an idiot. We'll get scores out. Those were the top 5 after yesterday's qualifying. We don't have top 5 down on the ticker yet. This is game 2 of 4, about getting to the halfway point. All right. Anyway, that was game 1. Some early favorites, teams that could get points enough. I just watched Chad McLean trip to 710 late. But yeah, we could have a couple teams that I think have enough talent on the team to really make a run. They're just going to need to catch a few breaks. Obviously, we've seen a lot of Brad Bakes hurt some teams and help a lot of different teams. So I'm going to keep my eye out. We're going to keep our eye out for guacamole, obviously, and Cole Zacks and Jacob Okamura and Team 13 bagger with Brandon Smith and Scott Kilgore. I think they've got enough in the tank to get them to the finals. They're going to have a special day or special morning this morning to get to that, like I said, number of 53. Got to have a lot of pins, too. If there's end up being a tie, it goes down, I believe, to total pins. So definitely want to make sure you're getting the pins that you need. We can see, that team point, that elusive team point, to get that 7-2. The team point's so important. So, those third bowlers that may be out of their game, you got to buckle down and focus, get as many pins as they can late to try to help their team grab that team point. 7-2s are going to be imperative, especially for the teams. Like I said, Colzax, Jacob, as well as Brandon Smith and Scott Kilgore. Those 7-2s are going to be imperative. I think they will need to sweep at least once. They cannot have a 5-4, and they cannot lose any of the teams here, in my opinion, to get into that 53-54 range, which I believe will end up being cut for the top. Well, let's get back to the action, guys. Two 4-8-10 there for Ryan Willis. So we're going to go down and grab some scores. We'll do a little bit of a walk after game 2 now. We kind of know what's going on. Mike, thanks for the kind words. We appreciate it. We try to do our best to portray these tournaments in the best light possible. And obviously that includes the live streams, but that is much more than just live streaming. Fortunately, I've got Kenzie's really good at what she does and gathers content, posts it on social media, and try to bring attention to what's going on for these tournament directors and the bowlers, and show what bowling is about on the competitive side. So try to get more people out here, especially a tournament like that with Martin Solis, massive messenger. So yeah, we enjoy it. We try to make it look as fun as possible, because it is. It's just I don't think sometimes it's portrayed that way. So Kenzie's out taking videos, showing all the emotions and the camaraderie of these team events, and just the whole atmosphere. We appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words, Mike. Shelby, is this showing? No, it's not showing. Is here. Mixer got it. That's Cassandra Solis. I think that might be Martin's sister. Yeah, I think that might be Martin's sister. All right, who we got here? Is this Craig or Casey? Delton Sports Center logo is right in front of him. Craig at the 2-4-10. So he went 2-4-8-10. Oh, he picked it. Got it. Nice spare. Very nice spare. So, yeah, when we get to about the 8th or 9th frame, we're going to go do a walk. Got a nice little wireless camera now that we can take a look at scores throughout the center and see where everybody ends up being. Call the action lane side. And, that microphone picks up quite a bit, so you'll be able to hear what the bowlers are saying also. There's some pretty interesting conversations we had yesterday afternoon when we were walking through some very clutch situations that I was in on when you had Isaac Azevedo pick the 4-9 to snag a 7-2. They were going to lose. Isaac was going to lose his point and the team point. He picks the 4-9 and beats Chad McLean and gets enough pins to win the team point. So we were down lane side for that, got their reactions. Casey Kolzak slaps the 10 out. He's rolling pretty good here. So they need, I think they have a chance. If they can keep going, they keep trucking, they really have a chance. I think they were in a good spot. Jacob misses wildly at the 7-pin there. That was in the ditch pretty early. Maybe a gripping issue. I'm not sure. Some other action. We'll head on over to 7-8, the 1-2 game. Aaron Holcomb, Jimmy Rasmussen's team. Jordan Owen. Aaron Holcomb, does that to go Brooklyn? It does, but he doesn't get the 6-pin to fall. Guys, B Squad, and that is your top 14. B Squad final qualifying. That will start at noon today. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so, because it'll just give you, if you hit the bell icon when you subscribe, it'll let you know when we go live, so you don't need to even know that time. But if not, noon is when B Squad final qualifying will take place. That's the top 14 teams, and it's stacked. There are a lot of good teams that are going to be in that top 14 split. And last year, we had about 6 teams, I want to say, having a chance in the last game to jump and get in. And I think 2 or 3 teams did get jumped for the 5s. So it's going to be extremely dramatic. I'm going to be right down in the action watching it unfold, and we'll have an idea of where everything falls at that time, because I'll be walking around with the score sheet. We'll be in the middle of it, because I'm sure it's going to be tense. We got some really good teams with some emotionally charged bowlers that are probably going to get pretty hyped with a chance to get themselves in the money. So you won't want to miss that. And then, obviously, the finals will be following. The stepladder final will be following the B Squad final qualifying shortly after. We have to get a few things set up on our end to cover that. Oh, 7-10. Oh, no, man. We almost had a 7-10 picked on lane 10. That would have been insane. I would have lost it. And it's 9:30 in the morning. Dang, that would have been insane. Quite sad. Anybody out there in the chat watch the fight last night? Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury? You out there watch that fight? Your boy is hyped. Boy was hyped. This is maybe one of the best fights I've ever seen personally, and I think that's going to go down as one of the greatest fights ever. And up there, with the classic heavyweight bouts. It was insane. I also had a little bit of money on the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. I had originally picked him. I picked he would win in the 10th, 11th, or 12th round. That is the bet I won on, and then I was hoping he'd knock out Deontay Wilder in the 12th. He didn't, but almost. That would have been a huge win for me. Dude, that fight was so good. It was so good. And Tyson Fury was out early and then got knocked down twice, then came back. Man, it was insane. Insane. So on your left here, what you're seeing is the 1-2 match. On your right is the 13-14 match. 13-14, this is the bottom. So this, in all realism, is the 27-28 seeds. All right, excuse me. Somebody just purchased Scotty Redmond. Shout out to Scotty. Cool, thanks. That's the last one. Cool. So Scotty, my boy, just bought 2 of our shirts. So if you guys are wanting one, they're going. Championship Threads linked in the description of both Facebook and YouTube's video. Better get one when you can. So we just sold a large and a smallish bear. So I'm mistook. So okay, so right now, currently, the top seed for this squad is 13 bagger. So 13 baggers on 3 and 4. The 1 and 2 seeds on 3 and 4. And yeah, Ken Fong's team. No, it's not Ken Fong. Peter Lee's team. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Peter Lee's team and Brand Smith's team, 13 bagger. They are your 1-2 seeds. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4 seeds right here in front of us. I was mistaken. It's really hard for me to follow scores, but yeah, that's where we're at. Sold 2 t-shirts, so shout out to Scotty Redmond and his wife. We appreciate it a ton. Those are going really quick. We have limited sizes available now. Championship Threads linked in the description of these videos. I'm going to go down and take a look because we're in the 9th frame. I want to see what the scores are. So I will be right back. Y'all hear me? Perfect. Sweet. Oh, just lost a receiver. Okay. Y'all still here. Sweet. Let's go down to the 1-2 game. They're in the 10th frame. Alrighty. Let's see what we got down here. 13 bagger, number 3 combo no pickle. Tight game, 22 sticks, and we are the first. And both guys are in. Both teams are in the first. Bowl. We're in the 10th frame. Oh, that's a 210 for Anthony, who was working on a double. So all the advantage there. And they go to plus 46, and the door opens for Brandon Smith to take a win here, his own point and the team point. Now, Larry here has an opportunity. He's most likely going to win. He can shoot 222, and Shelby Risinger on a double, so that's important for the team point, but she's most likely going to lose. to Larry. But she needs the pins for the team point. They are down 48 sticks. Brandon Smith, mixer, 5-pin falls forward, 10-pin stands. So he needs to make this spare and get 20. He needs to fill 20 in the 10th here to have a shot. Well, looks fairly good. He's moved, got it. Chop blocks the 10 down. The 7-pin shoots across the deck. Wow. So that was a massive help for number 3 combo. They are 40 pins in the clear. Everybody on 13 bagger is on doubles, or Brandon Smith, I guess, wasn't, but Shelby Reisinger is on a double. Scott Kilgore also on a double. So they have a real shot and maybe taking this team point with the amount of pins they're coming their way, because Messenger 9-pin for Larry. That's a good shot. Larry was off open. Peter Lee is off 1 strike. So there's 30 more pins coming from the 13 bagger camp. See what they can do. Brandon Smith hooking at it, needs to stop. Ooh, wow. That was a little doit. That was a little doit. So, Larry's gonna get 8 on the fill. So he fills the 10th with 28 pins. And now the deficit is 57 sticks. So Brandon needs 10, and they're going to need to fill 30. Shelby and Scott are really going to need to fill 30. And Peter Lee's going to need a punch to maintain that distance. I don't think Peter can lock them out if they both Shelby and Scott punch. Brandon needs 10, gets the 10. So 47 now the deficit with that strike from Brandon Smith. This just here to the right of us is the 3-4 match. So you got your 1-2 and your 3-4 match right here. Shelby Reisinger, again, she needs to fill this 10th frame. Ball needs to hook a lot. She gets 2, 3. Off a double, ouch. So that is painful for them. This match over here is over. Martin Solis shoots 230 and beats Casey Kolzak. Cassandra Solis shoots 160, loses to Craig Kolzak. Jacob Okamura is in a tight match with Ryan Phillips. Ryan must punch. He can shoot 165. And Jacob has that beat. He has 170. Currently the deficit is -4. So Ryan Willis, that's a strike. Must strike. Mixer, no, I think that may be enough though. They go to +3. Or is it -30? Oh, no, excuse me. They cut off the second one, so it's 30. They are down. So, the strike from Jacob in the first, and then leading up the spare, he will win his own point. So they go 7 and 2 again. What they needed to do. They needed to go 7 and 2, and they did. Scott Kilgore, now they are 50 pins down. That's first one. Needed it. Got it. So they're going to need Peter Lee to miss this, I believe. Oh, he'll make it. Peter needs 10. If it is 21, it will. I think they'll get 20 off this strike here because Scott is on a double, so they'll go down to 2. The deficit will be 2 if Scott strikes here. Scott will win his point. Needs a strike. Needs it. Mixer. Yeah, got it. Deficit is 2. Peter Lee can shut the team point out. Big Team point. He can shut the team point out with a strike. 8 ties, 7 loses. Or has the opportunity to lose. Needs 8. Got it. Buries it. And they are up 12. Well, I think Scott can get another 10. So I think they would win by 8 if Scott strikes here. I believe my math is right. I don't know. Sometimes my math is not very good in bowling score. Scott gets 6. What does that end up being? Yeah, number 3 combo wins by 6. Okay, I was correct then. I was correct the first time. They could not win because Peter Lee struck. So 5-4 split, top 7-2 win for Guacamole. And that's how they fall. I'm going to take a quick break. Once we get new scores back, I'll let you know where we are after 2 games. Thanks, guys. All right, where are we at here? So the 1-2 seeds are in 5-6. Bottom seeds are on 3-4. 1-2 seeds 5-6, and then your 3-4 seed is on the 7-8. Your 5-6 seed on 9 and 10. Mixer, nope. Scott Kilgore's going to be up, so we're going to take it back over here. Your top 5. Far. That's Scott Kilgore, 10 straight on back. Top 5, let's take a look. This team after game 1. This is currently game 3. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad, guys, at this. Team 13 baggers at 34 points. Second, number 3 Combo No Pickle, 32 points. That's Peter Lee's team. Bowlers Anonymous. They're at 32. Guacamole 30 and Big Stack Flapjacks 29. Folks, we're looking about 53. If you can get to 53, you've got a shot. With 13 bagger, that's Brandon Smith's team. And number 3 Combo and Bowlers Anonymous. Who's Bowlers Anonymous? Martin Solis, Cassandra Solis, Ryan Wills. So they, I think, have a chance. Guacamole 30. They've got to get 23 in 2 games. Is that possible? No, they can get 18. So they can get to 48. 18 total pins possible. Get to 50-50. Team 13 bagger can get to 52. I think Team 13 bagger, they go sweep, is the only one that can get close, and I still think that 52 may be short. I think 52 just might be short. Nope. It's a modified house shot. Yeah, it's a modified house shot. It's probably, I would say, 6-1 or so. 8-1, 6-1. Typically, the house shot here is closer to 11 to 12-1. So I'd probably say it's about 6-1, 42 feet. But does play very odd. It's an odd pattern that doesn't play as you would expect it to. As you can see, it's giving a lot of people a lot of issues. So a lot of time it's not just the pattern. I mean, a 2-1 pattern's tough, but what makes it really hard is the topography and the pair-to-pair differences. The pair-to-pairs are pretty different, and I think that's what makes it the hardest. Why it doesn't play as easy as you're never typically on the same pair, and you've got to have a certain ball reaction to get it through the pins right there in lane 4. I mean, it's a mixer, trips to 5-7 late. You can't rely on that. So. So who is this? Big stack of flapjacks on 5 and 6? Is that who it is? 13 bagger. Who's Bowlers Anonymous? So I see. Well, I guess this is after game 2. It's not after game. This is after game 1, not after game 2. So I see. That's what's happening. So I think 13 bagger at this point is the only one that's got a real shot. They need to have a good game here in order to get to 52. And again, I think that might be short. What's up? My picture, I'm watching it on my phone and on my computer separately from the actual stream itself. And I have the image quality being fine on YouTube. Sometimes it's your interconnect connection. I don't have any issues. YouTube's not telling me there's any issues. I'm not personally having issues. So I don't know. Sometimes just like exiting out, refreshing it will help, or you can manually change your settings. I don't know how YouTube settings work as far as like image quality, but I know YouTube will downgrade it depending on what internet connection you have. So that could potentially be what is hurting it. She'll be rising her. Lean 5. Crosses over. Nope. So does 13 bagger have it? But they can get there. I don't know. I think 52 is going to be just short, and that would mean they'd have to sweep, which I don't know. If they don't sweep, I think they have no chance. Yeah, so I'm just kind of waiting on another sheet out here. I don't know what the hell is going on with these, but currently, so you're aware. From what I understand, this says 13 bagger has 38, so they only got 4 last game. So if that's the case, they're out. I don't think anybody's making it out of this squad. Well, wait, did I know that was 38? No, we knew that was 34. That's what it was. So if they only got 38, they got 2 games to go, right? 38. Wait, maybe I'm tripping here. So 38 plus 18 would be 56. So they have a chance. 56. There's a couple teams with a chance. I had it all messed up. I thought there were only 2 games based off. This was after game 1 that we have. 34 after game 1. So my apologies there. I was way off. So we have a few teams that have a chance if they go sweep. Now, 58 or 56, I think that's enough. So that your guys are aware, Foking Good. So we have 1, 2. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 5. Pay me my quarters 33. You got to get 20 out of 36. 20 and 16. And that would put them at 53, which is, again, that's what I'm thinking. There's a ton of teams. Like I said, they're not far off. RMPS is the last team in the afternoon squad, and they're at 27. So pay me my quarters at 33. That's 6 points. That's a game. That's crazy. So ultra stacked. Ultra stacked. So once we get a new sheet with new scores updated, we'll have a better idea of where everybody stands. But I do 13 baggers got a shot there at 38. Kalmono Pickle has 37. Guacamole has 37. Big Stack of Flapjacks 38. All teams have chance with 18 left to get from those points. So they have to go. These teams got to go sweep. 18-35. That would be 53. And that would be underdog. And they're the last. They're the lowest at 35. Bowlers and Nonsense 34. That would put them at 18. That would put them at 52. I don't think that's enough. So there. Sweep. And that means if they go sweep, because they're going to be bowling each other, because this is Swiss, and we get into position round. If they go sweep, that means whoever they bowled is out. So, yeah, not a whole lot of room for error here. With 1 to go after this game. Rasmussen 10 back. Good shot. All right, so that game's over with 13 bagger. Wow. Brandon Smith shoots 279, wins. Scott Kilgore 241 wins. Shelby Reisinger 148 loses. They get 7. So they're at 38. 38 plus 7. 45. If they sweep the next game, they will be at 54, and I think that might be enough. Team Big Stack of Flapjacks, they out. So, Big Stack Flapjacks, they go to 40. Team 13 bagger, they go to 45. So I think, yeah, they can only get to 49 Big Stacks. They're out. Team 13 bagger can. Guacabole. We are on this pair. Craig Kolzak's up. There we go. Anthony Ravini, loses. So Casey wins. Craig's on a string of strikes, but just split 4-9. He may lose unless Larry picks that. So I think Larry's going to win now because of the split from Craig, and I think they'll get 7. The game with Jacob's close. There, she got 161. The other guy's 54, and the team point is very close. So he's got 207. So Larry's going to shoot 217. Craig Kolzak, the whiffer. He shoots 168, 166. 174. I was way off. 74. And they currently have a 16-pin lead. For totals, Jacob off a strike, Peter Lee off a spare. So they have 10 extra sticks. Oh, he's going to roll it forward. So the lead is 4. And really it's 14 because of that strike that Jacob has. This is a big shot. Needs to hook a lot. Mixer. Oh, man, that could be it. That could seal the deal right there for Guacabole. Is that Peter Lee, if he strikes, he doesn't. He got 8. So the team point is 2 pins now. So Peter Lee needs to make the spare. If he makes the spare, he will win his team point. He needs to hook a little. Oh, doesn't quite cut it enough. That would have been a huge split pick. Peter Lee must spare. If he spares, they. Oh, he does. Okay. Wow, what a turn of events. So Guacabole will get 1. Peter Lee needs to keep this ball in the lane. And then get 536. He needs 5 pins to win. So barring any catastrophic failure, 169, 162 to get it. He needs to strike. Yeah, that's enough. He's going to even get the messenger to go. That's enough to get 7 for number 3 combo. They win 546 to 540, and Peter Lee wins the point, so they get 7. Number 3 gets 7. They are at 44. And so now it's number 3 combo plus versus 13 bagger, 45 and 44. Both teams need a sweep to have a chance. So those are the only 2 teams I think at this point with a shot. I don't know if underdogs could have gotten close. Be 40. Well, they'd have 44, I guess, with 9. If underdogs are bowling 9 on this, either one of those teams swept. I think really it's going to come down to big stack, 13 backer and number 3 combo. And one of them has to, that's a sweep. So only one of those guys has a shot right now. So we'll be back as soon as game 4 begins.
I mean, I guess you got to throw it good, right? That's part of it. It's good enough. That goes hand in hand with that. It means a lot.
So we had, I will not grow. I will grow. How about a recommend someone can I go?
So we have the one shot I have.
And then we got probably somebody that.
Sweet. What do you guys want? 5, 6 tickets for $1 for one. So yeah, there's a ball in there. There's Siberian. Yeah. So there's different buckets you can put your tickets
Prison? Yeah. Don't drop the soap. That's so attrition. That's so on a roll.
Yeah, just throw your name on there. Remember, if you're not going to be together, you're going to do the raffle right before the start.
If they had a $200, $300 bill, I'll put it in the
Scott, why are you going to the dark room?
Just going on the lake. They pulled the early squad yesterday.
Is it cool down there? I've never been down there.
It feels good. It's good.
Anyone else over here like some raffle tickets?
All right,
Okay, so we know that the 7-8 game, the 7-8 lanes, paired 7 and 8, that's your 1-2 seeds, and from what I understand, from my calculations, are the only teams that have a shot at getting into the step ladder, and that is contingent on if either of those teams sweep. So they don't sweep, they're out. 5-4, 7-2, I still don't think it's enough. Even 45, that gets them to 52. And I don't think that's enough. I think they'll be a point or two short at 52. Now, 54, I think they'll be in it or on the bubble. And it's going to be Toit. So this is going to be the match. We're going to stick it right here. We're not going to come off this match. We're going to see if who is it? It's, 3 combo, right? Peter Lee's team and Brandon Smith, Scott Gilgore team of 13 bagger. One of them can sweep. They have a shot. One will be 53, I believe, and one will be 54. I think 13 bagger will be 54 if they sweep, and number 3 will be 53 if they sweep. That's tight there. I mean, that's going to be really, really close. Jordan Nolan packs 10 there on lane 9. A nice spare there from Larry. And Scott's got a 2-8 to shoot at. The, what team is that? The Probably Flying has found some sort of stride now late. They are the 4 seeds right now. Making a massive jump because the 1-2 seeds are on 7-8. And 3-4s, well, no, they're on 9-10. Excuse me. 7-8, 9-10's 3-4. That's Jordan Nolan's team and Ryan Willis' team. They've got to 5th or 6th. So they've got themselves out of the bottom of this A squad, but it's definitely not going to be enough to get them into a even contention for top 5. Shelby Reisinger has bowled well today and yesterday. Support her team in getting it to this point. 13 bagger. Crosses over. Leaves the 5-9. Evo has made it to the building. B squad's supposed to start at noon. That is an hour and a half away. Steve Clay has entered the building. And that is Team Storm, the current tie for the 1 seed. And they are actually the 1 seed because the tiebreaker goes down to total pins, and they are 200 total pins above Team 1108. And then Voltage Hairs and Smash Factor are next. They're at 36. Voltage Hairs 36-24. Smash Factor 34-32. Looking good. They at 34 points. 36-67. Maybe my quarter 36-26. So a lot of pins up there. There's going to be a lot of jostling. I think it is going to come down to total pins on who gets in. All right. Updated points. After 3 games, Team 13 Bagger leads 45 and 36. Combo No Pickle 44. Bowlers Anonymous 41. Big Stack 40. Guacamole 39. Probably Fine 38. Underdog 37. 10A 37. Big Check Hunting 31. Quesalupa 29. CSI 27. Salt Lake City Outlaws. After a solid day, what did they end at? They had 25 points coming in, and they have currently 26. They've gotten 1 point today, unfortunately. Lio Gang have 13. They've gotten 21, so they've gotten 8 points today. Unfortunate. So, 13 Bagger, No Pickle. One of them's got a sweep. If they sweep, they've got a chance. No Pickle be at 53. Team No Bagger, 13 Bagger would be at 54. I think 54 may be enough. 53 is going to be on the bubble. We're halfway through this final game of A Squad qualifying. Anonymous Big Stack. That's to the right here on 9 and 10. That, I don't think either of them have enough. Bowlers Anonymous can get to 50. Blackjacks can get to 49. I don't think either of those are enough. So, I really, the only team I think has a shot, that's 13 Bagger. I think they have a serious shot to get in if they can sweep. And, I mean, sweeping is is real hard to sweep in this style of tournament. Matt Pobego is throwing back up. Matt has said, F the right side, and I'm going to throw the ball back up. That's insane. That's crazy. Is that going to be a thing, folks? Is it going to be like a skill that you need to be competitive in bowling is to know how to throw the ball back up? I think it might. I think that may evolve into something that you have to do. Scott. Oh, Hardway gets the spare. Very nice. We've got a 2-4-8-10 left. There's Shelby. Nope. Who is that? Larry. This could be... You could make this. Ball's got a hook. Oh, almost coming off the back wall and got it. Close but no cigar. Almost had a 7-10 this morning's picked on lane 10. Shelby Reisinger. Ball's got a hook. It's not gonna. She's gonna get 3. I've seen her get 3 a lot. 3's tough. 3 is tough. Peter Lee, lane 8. Ooh, wraps a 10. That was a quick wrap. Ouch. And brings up Scott Kilgore on the left lane, who just picked the washout. 1-2 was the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Yep. Picked that on the right lane. Hard way. Sent the head pin off the sidewall. Messenger took out the 10 to complete the spare. Now he'll be up on lane 7, working off of that spare, looking to get himself back on track. Won't, though. Goes to the face, leaves the 6-10 only this time. So goes from leaving only, leaving the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10 to leaving just the 6-10. So a much more manageable spare. We're halfway through game 4. Again, the only really two teams I see having a shot if they sweep is 13-bagger or No Pickle. If either of them split, I don't think they've got it. I don't think 52 is enough if 13-bagger were to take 7. 7's definitely not enough for No Pickle, but 13-bagger, I think 7 would be just a point short. So I think 9 is imperative for both teams. Anything less than that, a 5-4 split for either way, will not be enough. 50 will not be enough. Bowlers Anonymous, they are the third place team currently. If they were to sweep, they would get to 50. Again, I don't think that's enough. And I mean, you can say, oh, we can go get 7 2s and a couple sweeps, but that's so hard, guys. Like just a few pins, one shot, can really dictate whether you end up winning the match at all. And to get a 7-2, to get everybody to get 2 of your guys to win, and enough to get a team point, that split is pretty common. But to 7-2 all day, that's tough. That means your guys are real consistent. To sweep, that's even harder. I mean, you're banking on at that point nobody on the opposite team having a good game, and all 3 of you having good ones. And to have to come in and do that every game, I don't really think that's possible. I think you've got to be. You could potentially 7-2 out and get a sweep in there once. I think that's a realistic goal. But anything more than that, I don't think is possible. Anthony Romano leaves the flat 10. We'll see his spare attempt at that. Yeah, he'll clean it up. So I've seen a bit of a shakeup in lineups. Typically, what I've seen the most common sequence of bowlers is your second best one, your third guy in the middle, and your best in the anchor position. But I've seen a different strategy taken where the top 2 guys are 1-2, and the third bowler is the bottom bowler, or vice versa, to try to just get the points. Brandon Smith sticks, but it doesn't matter, and he goes 10 back. So an interesting strategy, but it has been paying off, I believe, for these teams. Let's head back there from Jimmy Rasmussen. When we get a little close to the end, I'll head on up there, take a look, get a little lane side action from this pair. We're not going to leave this camera because these are your 1, 2, 3, 4, and I said flat 10 there from Scott, and they're one of the only 1 and 2 seeds are the only ones that have a shot at getting in the cut. Scott picks up a spare. That brings up Shelby Reisinger on the right lane. And Larry, I don't know Larry's last name, but I know it is Larry. That's 10 back there on lane 7. No, Larry was the second bowler there for a while, and now he's moved down to the anchor spot, and it's paying off as he is bowling real well as we wrap up. And you see Shelby Reisinger also in the final spot. They're the third bowler. Matt Pobago was through the face and leaves the 6-10. So, yeah, you can see that strategy being employed right here in the final game. Ooh, Anthony misses a head pin right. Leaves the 1-2-8. Both 1-2-8s left on 7 and 8. Shelby picks hers up, and that brings up Anthony to shoot at his spare. Ooh, Matt almost picks the 6-10. Doesn't quite get it done. We had a few internet connection issues yesterday. I don't know what happened, but for whatever reason, the service provider, I think, just kicks us out for a minute and then lets us back in. It's just very random. Kind of comes up out of nowhere as Peter Lee goes to back. But I have set it up. I have set it up to where we won't lose you. We won't lose you if something happens. So you can stay right here on these streams if you're subscribed to us also. You'll get notifications if you hit the bell icon, but it stays right here. You won't have to leave this stream on either Facebook or YouTube. Just resume, pretty much. And if you're watching the playback, you won't even know that we've cut out internet connection because it's just a blank spot. As Brandon Smith goes through the face. In his 7th frame. Just a few frames to go to snag these pins and have an opportunity to get some of these points. Again, 13-bagger, no pickle. The only 2 teams really with a shot at getting in. Brandon will get 2 out of that. Take his medicine. Larry here now on. Is he on a double? Oh, I think he's only on 1 strike. Is it to hold it? Oh, wow, what a break. I don't think he had any strike. Well, he just picked up the spare last time. But what a break to leave only a 10-pin. That's split written all over it. Scott, that ball's left off his hand. He gets a nice break. Goes Brooklyn. Scott, the last couple shots he's thrown, they have not looked all that good, so you got to wonder where his confidence is at. Through the face for Ryan Willis. Anthony Ravanio up. Ravanio, I don't know how to say his last name. I'm so bad with the last names. Bang, 10 back. Packs it, though. That's a good shot. Peter Lee could really use one here. High flush. And get the 10 pin to go no. 4-10 stood there for a minute. And gets it to fall. Get the 6-4 pin to fall, but can't quite get the 2 pin or the 10 pin to go with it. All right, Scott Kilgore up. Hasn't thrown a tremendous ball in the last 3 or 4 frames. Really used one to get that confidence boosted. Was a little left off his hand through the face again. He's gone through the face a couple times. He missed the head pin right, goes through the face, and then Brooklyn, and now through the face again. Jimmy Rasmussen almost picks it. 2-4-8-10. Larry now, that ball's way right. Mixer 8-10. So, some late mishaps from both 13 bagger and number 3 combo. It's anybody's game. No one's really wanting to take it. Scott will make the spare, but Larry, I don't know how he's going to have an insane amount of luck here to try to pick this 8-10. And that match is very, very close. Going to have a ton of luck. He's not going to get it. He's going to get one and open in the 8th on his first foundation frame, and it's now in a deficit to Scott Kilgore. Shelby Reisinger missed that pin right. She leaves the 1-2-10. I just don't think 7's enough. I don't think 7 will be enough for 13 bagger. That puts them at 52. I think they'll be just out. If they can't get a sweep here, they will be just out. Both of these games, Peter Lee is ahead in his match against Brandon Smith. Scott Kilgore is ahead in his match against Larry. And the match of Shelby Reisinger and Peter Lee is not quite as close as they would hope. It's favoring Peter Lee currently as Shelby opens in the 8th, has 120. Peter has 120 in the 6th. So a spare here, and he's got a 50-pin lead. And that could make it to be a 5-4 split, and nobody out of this squad will have a chance. Excuse me, that was Anthony that had an 8. He's the final board, so it's Peter and did I say that? Was it Peter and Brandon? Yeah, it's Anthony, and he has 160. He has a 40-pin lead over Shelby Reisinger. As Peter Lee goes mixer and putting the pressure down on Brandon. So Brandon trailing late here in the final game. He goes 10 back, so that's a clutch shot when he needed it. So now Brandon on a double after opening. He's got 50. They are tied almost because they punch. Would have 80. Brandon would have 87. Peter Lee would have 83. So Brandon's got count. But that team point, 396 to 430. Ooh. And that 60-pin deficit. Scott Kilgore needs it. Got it. Wow. Clutch strike there. The 60-pin deficit that Shelby Reisinger has on Anthony is just a ton. That ball is dead flush. So not going to get any help from Larry or Scott as they go nut. It's 440 to 416. 4-0. 416. 56 separates him. Anthony's on a spare. Shelby's on an open. So they add another 10 pins there. Shelby must strike here. She's not gonna. She's gonna go through the face. All right. So Anthony, playing spoiler right now. If they swept, maybe they have a chance. So they could potentially sweep number 3 combo, but it's so close. Both games are very close. Larry at a deficit about 14 sticks. Anthony needs it. Got it. I'm going to go down there for the 10th frame. Test. All right, where we go? I'm going to go up there, and we're going to call this game lane side. As Brandon Smith steps up in the first ball of the 10th. Oh, he flats 7s. All right. Pressure on Peter Lee now. Could steal a victory if he punches here. Team number 3 combo with a sweep would have a shot. Wraps the 10-pin. He's 7 10s. Oh my gosh. Wow. What an unfortunate break with an opportunity to win that match with 7-10 on a pocket shot hit. Man, that wasn't that bad of a ball. Looks like Brandon Smith will wrap up that win 7 will not be enough for number 3 combo if they can pull that off. Wow, how unfortunate is that? I mean, the only possible way here is if Peter miraculously picks this. Oh, it almost bounced out of the bench. Wow. Oh my gosh, if he would have picked that, that would have been some drama. He's going to lose. Number 3 combo can now max at 7 points. Brandon has 186 already. The team point is 13 baggers 16 pins down. So they get 1. They could get 7. 52, like I said, I don't think is enough. I think they'll be 1 short if Scott Kilgore can finish this off, and they can get 7. But they are still down 16 pins. If they split, a 5-4 split would not be enough. A 5-4 split would not be enough for either team. Larry, through the face 369, he gets 4. That's helpful for 13 bagger. So Scott needs to fill this 10th frame. Get those extra pins from striking in the 9th. He needs 30. That ball's left off his hand. And he big fours. Ouch. And he picks the 3, 6, 9, 10. That's a huge spare. And now Larry can win this game now. He has 142. He can shoot 152, and that will be enough, I think, to beat Scott, unless he somehow picks a big 4. Nope. So Scott shoots 140, 155. Well, can he win? No, he cannot. Larry has 132, 42. He shoots 52. So Scott wins by 3. And Anthony's on a strike. So they would need Shelby to fill the 10th, and they need Anthony to open. It's the only way this can happen. Larry's going to get good count. He's going to lose, but a 30-pin deficit for the final team game is just not going to be enough. And Shelby won't strike. So I don't even with an open from Anthony at this point, he's going to win that point, and they're going to win the team point. So they're going to get 5, and that's not enough either way. Anthony packs 10. So that's going to lock it up. 5-4 win for team number 3 combo, and that thwarts the efforts from 13 bagger. And Shelby Reisinger just could not put together a game to get enough pins to win that team point. 7-2 would have made it real close. They are going to steal the team point as Kilgore big 4s in the first ball of the 10th to really not make it much closer. Yeah, Anthony would have had to throw a double gutter at that point, I think, to have any shot. And that would be contingent on Shelby filling the 10th, which she hadn't really been able to throw a decent ball at all. Any of the shots I saw in the game, I don't think were really that close. So it would have been a struggle. So they split 5-4, and that's it. Nobody from the bottom squad is going to be making it in the final, I think. I mean, if 7-2, 52 may have made it 50. Or what, they're going to have 49. 49's not enough. They're going to be tied at 49. And they're going to have the tiebreaker number 3. I don't think that's enough. Do not think that's enough. All right. So that's going to be it for B squad qualifying, or A squad final qualifying. Close one. Opportunities that could have been taken that were not. Anthony ends up filling the 10th, so I don't think they would have been in competition on that end anyway, but could have been close, ends up not being. So Team 13 bagger goes 49, combo 49. What about that team? Ooh, I don't know. I gotta see this here. 'Cause I don't think. So Bowlers Anonymous. So Jimmy Rasmussen wins. Ryan Willis wins. Martin Solis wins, and they win the team points. So they get Bowlers Anonymous gets 7. Go loss, win. So they get 7. Bowlers Anonymous does, so that gets them to 48. So you have 49, 49, 48. I don't think either of those are good enough. So that's it. Your top 3 is going to be 13 bagger at 49. Number 3 combo at 49. Bowlers Anonymous at 48. And that's it. Nobody else had really much of a chance. You couldn't possibly get 10, so Guacamole can't even be in the talks to be at the top 2. And that's it. So, folks, I'm going to post on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Follow us on those social media platforms. We'll post the final standings for A squad qualifying. I'm not going to stick here because I don't think it's going to matter personally. I think they're all out. No one got the points they needed to get in, so I'm going to take off. I'm going to take a break here before A squad starts. 4 games again, and we're going to be jockeying for position. I think there's going to be a lot of drama. Game 4 is going to be crazy, so you're not going to miss that. Starts at noon, maybe a little after that because the squad ran a little long because we had some issues early in the morning. They start at 12:10. Hit the notification buttons on our page. You'll know when we go live. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll see you close to noon.